Cheers.
Another game last night. Thunder in Sacramento. Yep, Thunder become the first team to get to 60 wins. Crazy. 121-105. No Jalen Williams in this one. SGA with 32. Chet 18. Keegan Murray finished with 28. He was 9 of 13 from 3. Yeah, first team to get to that 60 mark. The youngest team to do it. We get it, Chandler. It's all about this lack of playoff experience. We're not going to know what it looks like till we know what it looks like, but the respect factor for them, is it building a little bit more?
For sure. This has been the most consistent, best team all season long. And they've had some bad games, but for the most part, they have been just dialed all year long. Guy goes down, Jalen Williams. They have guys like Kendrick Williams. They just throw in there. Cason Wallace is out, no problem. Isaiah Joe will play. Caruso steps up. They're so deep. They defend. They just play the right way. Like last time I'm looking at this before the game, I think the spread was 10 or 9.5 or something. I'm like, there's no way this young team's going to go into Sacramento with all these vets playing for the play-in, kind of positioning right now. And they just smacked them, man. Like they're so good defensively. They play harder than the team they're playing against every single night, which it's crazy how much that matters. Like, shots aren't going down for the Thunder. They're so young. You would think they would get deflated.
Right.
They don't. They move on to the next play. They play unselfish and they play hard. They're the hardest playing team in the NBA, and it's not even close.
That's kind of crazy.
I think it starts with SGA. Yeah. I think just his mannerisms, the way that he goes about business every day. Like he's always even keel, right? And when you have a leader, when your best player is always steady, always even keel, it's easy for a team to do that. Like they find ways to win basketball games. Them winning games isn't hedged on them scoring or playing defense. Like they adjust night in and night out and do whatever it takes to get a W in the win column for this team. That's what makes them different. Like early in the season, I said it, we're going to take the training wheels off of this young team. Like we're not going to keep saying, oh, they're young, they don't have this, they don't have that. Like, no, last year they were in the story. They got to the final four in the Western Conference, getting knocked off, and then they did what you would expect a team that's growing to do. They came back the very next year, and they were bigger and they're better than ever, and they're the clear favorites to come out of the Western Conference this year. So I don't care how much playoff experience that they have or that they lack. This team is going to compete for a championship if they continue to do this.
Yeah, I'm with Lou. I don't care the youth. I don't care the age. This team plays old, well beyond their years.
Yeah,
they're poised. They play mature. And like I said, they play hard and they play unselfish. They do all the right things. Coach Dagnall, I don't know what he says to these dudes, because it is hard when you're that young to buy in, to not want to do more, to not think you can go to this place and average more points or get some more shots. It feels like all 12 of these guys that play on the team don't care. Like the second Jalen Williams, which is crazy to say.
The second.
He's nasty and he barely plays. Like that guy is probably thinking, man, I could start on these other teams. Like, and he just doesn't. And he just takes advantage of the opportunity every time he gets this season.
Lou, I know a lot of, especially on draft night, you hear a lot of the incoming kids talking about Paul George, and that's who they looked up to and who they sort of see themselves playing their game after. And Candace Parker said that she thinks in a couple of years it'll be a lot of kids saying SGA is the guy they've been watching. Do you agree?
I like that. I do agree. You know, I just talked about his mannerisms and his maturity. Like, in a world full of antics and people showing out and doing all these things, now we have a breath of fresh air with SGA, somebody that's even keel, like I just said, somebody that carries themselves with maturity, does their ads, and just the way that you go about business as a businessman, and with the things that you're able to do on the court. Like, I wouldn't mind my young son looking up to an SGA and want to model his game after him and look at the way that he carries himself and say, you know what, that's somebody that I wouldn't mind following his lead as a young player for somebody that I would want to look up to. So I love this take from Candace Parker. Like, sometimes we get so wrapped up in our legacy acts that we forget that these young guys are impressionable too. Like, when Steph Curry started changing the game, we were having this conversation 7-8 years ago about him changing the game. Not now when he's at the tail end of his career, when he's in his late 30s. Like, no, we were saying that when he was in his late 20s. So now SGA is in that same pocket of his professionalism where you're starting to see young guys go into the gym and they want to get back into the mid-range game. They want to be a more physical guard. They want to play at their own pace. So if they're going to find anybody to replicate, SGA is a great start for these young guys.
Yeah, and it's not even just talent with him. Like, he's so good at basketball and he's so good at getting to the free throw line and he's so skilled within the mid-range, but it's just how he carries himself. Like Lou said, he's so humble and he's just a swaggy, cool dude where he just, if you watch an interview right now, I don't know if they lost or if they won, he's just always the same exact dude. He's a soldier and he's just like, he's the same face. He doesn't break character. Whether they're up 20 or down 20, he plays the same way. He's so mature. It really is. I'm super impressed with just how how even keel and just cool as the other side of the pillow, no matter what's going on in their
It's all real, and it's all real. It's not an act. It's not a facade. He's not being phony.
Where's that come from? Like, how does he have that?
From the day that I've met this dude, he's the same exact person as my rook to the soon-to-be MVP that he is now. He's the same exact person, how he carried himself, even with rookie duties. If he fell short on rookie duties, he will be the first guy to say, my bad. I'll clean it up. I'll fix it. I'll make sure it's right. If you wanted to get extra work in, he never complained. He always put his boots back on and was ready to go back to work. And now that everything is paying off, he's the exact same person with the exact same temperament. I love the fact that this has been his route. That trade didn't work out for the Clippers, but it worked out for OKC with everything that they're doing now.
It did.
And I show him love every opportunity I get.
And you see, anytime talent can only get you so far, and there's so many different character and personality, in the NBA, right? This dude's never going to be an issue. He's never going to be a distraction. I don't know him at all, and I can just tell that's the guy I want to build my team around. I mean, that guy's he's a leader. I want him in my locker room. Obviously, I want him on my court to average 32 points and be the MVP. But
also helpful.
I want my young guys learning from him, which is crazy because he is a young guy.
He is a young guy.
But I want to follow his lead. He's got it all.
By the way, 65 straight games now with 20 or more points. That is the fifth longest streak of that sort ever. Lou, has the record at 80. Do you think he gets it? I mean, he's at 65. Wilt has 80.
Yeah.
20 or more points.
And by the way, he's doing it with like over 50% from the field. And by the way, I think I said this before. He's leading the league in scoring, and he hasn't played in like 15 fourth quarters.
I know.
Smacking team. So it's I think 20 plus points, unless there's like an injury or like
65 straight, 15 more is easy to get.
Seems
at this point.
All right, so we're down for easy collectively as a show. There are some headlines from the night. There's a little bit of bad news coming out of Milwaukee. Damian